Welcome to the first episode, everyone. My name is Himnish Goel, and I welcome you all to the Everyday Consultants podcast show, where we talk about the uncertain trajectory it takes for stepping into the shoes of a consultant's mind, from adapting to constantly learn, research, and develop the theories, objectives, and opinions, for advising businesses from the area of expertise to communicate the fine line between SME and polymath. Thanks for taking the time to join me, and let's tune in today's episode of learning more about coming along the journey to figuring out what it means to be a consultant. In today's episode, I just want to get started about how thrilled I am about starting this show and how it made me want to start it in the first place. Myself, I read a lot of books, I listen to a lot of podcast shows. I try to read as many Wall Street Journal newspapers as much as I can, and just trying to absorb as much of me by tuning into the reading, the listening, and just speaking to get those essentials broadened up from my perspective. And I guess in terms of how it came into creation was, ever since I've been a part of Accenture, it started making me think why I came into this direction versus others. Why was it, why did I land up in the consulting industry versus all the other places I had interviewed for, whether that be the financial, the insurance industry, the retail industry? Why this? And I think it's because as consultants, we're not expected to have all the right answers at hand. We just need to know at least what we're trying to solve and how we can understand our clients' situations, issues, and problems at most, which is one of the reasons why it makes consultants sound and feel so special, because they're grasping areas of discipline which can teach them, that anything that goes around the value of understanding a product, the management principles, and the project, or even just simply learning the power of financial literacy between debt taxes. It's the spectrum is just so wide that it lets an array of colors to what a human eye can see as an example, which is one of the reasons why a consultant's title can be really special to a new hire or anyone that wants to make a comeback in the industry, whether they're retired or they're not. But, they're just still seeking for those answers out there. And the most important being, it broadens the scope to figuring out the difference between exploring for questions and finding your own answers. Because in the consulting industry, it's the game of guiding organizations by improving their performance from ideas, advice, and specialized expertise. And this has been going on since the early 1960s. So it made me think that while I'm on this journey, I might as well educate those who are interested or just want a sort of an insight that what does it mean to be a consultant every day, working in and out? The deployments that we might be doing, projects with companies like Mars or Meta or anyone you can name on the Fortune 500 list. And to give a bit about myself, since this is the first episode, I graduated from VCU in 2021, making a 4-year degree, 2 years in information systems. I got to learn a little bit about design through the help of the VCU Da Vinci Center from doing a certificate in human-centered design, while also not being able to complete the product innovation certificate at the same time. I have a wonderful family, definitely supported me over the years, a mom, a dad, a younger brother, and it's just been a blast of a year. The last 2 years have definitely, during the pandemic era, have definitely been a reflection point for me, because there's just been so much that has happened, and there have been mistakes and areas that I could have learned from. But I think my energy of diving more into the career area and also giving time to the personal aspects has definitely grown into this big ball of sun. So I can't wait to get started to educate each one of you with every episode that I have. And all of the episodes in this podcast, I'm not gonna cut more than 5 to 6 minutes max of your time. I like to keep things simple and short because I know a lot of us don't have the attention span for listening listening to like a 40 to 30-minute podcast. So thank you, and looking forward to it.
Please be sure to subscribe to the podcast and also leave a review for how much you enjoyed listening to Everyday Consultants. If you know of a friend who's curious about learning quick bites of information regarding the life of a consultant, then be sure to recommend my show to them or anyone that you think might benefit from listening to it. If you want to connect with me, you can find me on LinkedIn, Reddit, and Twitter by searching my name on the platform. If you're interested in any of my other professional content that are currently in the works, you can access that from the Linktree Portfolio that is attached in the description below. Until then, stay broad, be curious, and be passionate about tuning in to the next episode of getting provided with the knowledgeable advice on the world of consulting.